Understand leads to V. UV.
Not raise.
Hashtag that. UV. Understanding leads to value. So thank you for coming back again. We are so glad that you are here for another episode of Don't Keep Up with the Joneses. Just like that. Don't keep up with them. Because we're doing everything. As you can see, the hair has changed, but it's going back to the twist. Her hair has changed. You know, it's happening.
Going about back to go off. The twist.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, we are so glad that you are here today because we have another awesome topic that we would like to present before you all to give you something to think about as we talk about what we talk about. And today, we're talking about what?
Valuing your spouse.
Valuing your...
So, valuing your spouse. Everybody knows they should value their spouse. Obviously, that's like, no, you should do that. And you do that by not just knowing your spouse, but understanding your spouse. There's a difference.
Like what? What's the difference?
So, for example, my husband was raised as an only child. I was raised with 3 siblings in my house.
All boys.
Yes, all boys. But understanding that you were raised as an only child helps me to understand why you do different things the way you do them. And so it doesn't make me upset or frustrate me because now I understand.
Like what? I don't like hypotheticals. Please give me an example.
So like sharing.
Okay.
When we first got married, like sharing was a challenge for you because you didn't have to.
Okay. Let's bring up the beginning.
No, I'm just saying, like, now it's not because you understand me and the fact that I grew up with 3 siblings, so we shared everything, including, like, a Big Mac. Like...
And now you don't even want to share with me now. I'm so willing to share with you. I asked for a couple of fries.
I don't like to share fries, and you know why I don't like to share fries. I explained why I don't like to share fries.
Sharing is sharing. But yes, ma'am, that is a good example.
So, understanding your spouse, understanding their point of view on things, why it may be different than yours, that can help you to know how to value and appreciate them more. Because my husband was raised as an only child, I get to learn things from him. Just his different perspective and his different view and his different take on things that I didn't necessarily have because of the way that I grew up. And it branches out from where he's, okay, was you a single child, only child, or like, did you have siblings? There's so many other things that have to do with a person's character. And not just knowing something about somebody, but understanding them and understanding that about them, that helps you to be able to value them and then not get upset and frustrated over little things because at the same time, when you married them, you married all of who they are.
Yeah, and I think it goes along beautifully with what we last talked about love and commitment. Because in order to really desire, even start the process of understanding somebody, you have to love them. And you have to be committed to the long run of being with them. And in doing so, you'll do things that, like Chrystle said, allows you to understand them for who they are based off of where they came from and the total package that you married into. And, it'll allow that love to persevere because, like she said, there was a growing process that I had to undergo. Now that we were in the union of 2 becoming 1, I was used to 1 having 1, taking care of 1, and defending for 1. But now, there's 2 plus 2, because now we even have kids, so the sharing just multiplied. And Rain likes to eat, Rickey likes to eat, so it's a lot of sharing happening in our home. But yes, no, that's so true and so good. And, take the time, men. Yes, you heard her example, but, there are times in things in which I had to grow an understanding for her. Just even from the sibling background, that's a thing that, I'm growing through daily. And it's cool because I've always wanted brothers, and I've had great friends that have been brothers to me. Shout out to you. You know who you are. And so, that was fun. But now really having brothers that are uniquely different, the three of them are uniquely different. And, I value and understand the fact that she had to love them through their uniqueness, and it showed me how you can love multiple people multiple ways, but they still be like a unit, which is interesting because you would think brothers and sisters are like the same. Well, that's what I thought. I mean, that's why y'all are so close friends, because you're like the same. But nah. Nah. But it's a good difference. But it's cool.
And I think you said something that was good too. Well, you said something about defending. You said defending yourself. That was even a thing that we had to grow. We had to grow through because, again, with the siblings, if you got a sibling, like, you always got somebody that kind of have your back in a situation. Like, at the end of the day, if you ain't got nobody else, like, y'all got each other. Like, that's pretty much how it generally is or should be. Is definitely how it was or is for my brothers and I. And it's like, even when you get in trouble in the house, it's like, okay, don't nobody say nothing. Like, just don't say nothing. Like, we just gonna all go down together, or we all gonna thrive together. Like, nobody say nothing. But with the only child, like,
that was the rule.
Like he said, he's used to defending himself. Like, and so for us, that just spoke to the way that we dealt with conflict resolution in our marriage, and it impacted the way that we really had a journey of coming to. I remember us always saying to each other, like, I'm on your side. Oh, yeah. I'm on your side. Like, we're on the same team. Like, and we would have to remind each other that because, again, wow, him coming from a space where he felt like he always had to defend himself, like so adamantly. And it caused me, because my personality, like, I would react, and then I felt like I had to defend myself so adamantly, like, and then we had to remind each other, same team, like, nobody getting a whooping at the end of this, like, same team, like,
unless you want a whooping.
But same team. So that was something that really definitely impacted us early on. The dynamics of how we were brought up in the sense of only child, not an only child, because of the way that it shaped his conflict resolution style. And so, yeah, you have to really not just know. I knew the fact that he was raised as an only child. I did not have the understanding of what that meant in our relationship until later on. And so instead of, I could have saved us a lot of arguments and a lot of times if I had really took the time to understand the root of why he responded the way he did to different things, because it wasn't that he was wrong in his response or anything like that. It was just the way that he responded, and had I been more understanding, I would have taken the time earlier on to be more patient and to be more understanding of why he said things the way he said things, did the things the way he did things, and it would have caused me to react to them a different way than I did. So, yeah, don't just know, understand, because various things may be popping up in your relationship, causing issues, and it doesn't even necessarily have to cause an issue if you're willing to get to the root and understand, okay, well, why do you react this way? Why are you saying things like that? Why, that just may be a thing. But, yeah, could have saved us time. Just growing through that. But it's cool. Same team now.
Mm-hmm. Same team. And like she said, with it all, there were some things that I had to realize, and I only realized those things when I got closer to her family, and I got an understanding of her as an individual from her past to where we became one. Such thing as, why don't you clean the way, normal people clean? Then I realized they have somebody that comes and clean their house. And I was like, wait a minute, like, I didn't get that, or my parents didn't get that until I graduated from high school. Yeah, and I moved off because I was that cleaning guy. I did all the different cleaning, vacuuming, clothes, kitchen, dishes, taking out the trash, vacuum. I did all of that. All of that. And then I came down here to Tampa, and Chrystle, they got it made down here. Like, I realized that there was an understanding, okay, things are done differently with her family. Okay, so that was one thing I had to realize. Then I had to realize she was the baby child and she was the only girl. That means spoiled on spoiled on spoiled on spoiled by her brothers and her father and her mother.
But not really though.
But
I would say honestly, the only person that really spoiled me was my brother Brian. Nobody else really spoiled me, I would say, but I would say that him probably like.
And spoiled people cut other people off because they want to make their point. Spoiled. So I realized, okay, man, Chrystle used to getting what she want, and things had to change because we got together. There was a cap on what can be gotten based off of what we had in the bank account. So it was like a reality adjustment, you know what I'm saying? But there was an understanding that, all right, things were done a little bit different in our household. However, it allowed me with an understanding to value her more and not, one, take her for granted, two, be frustrated with her on the little things because I realized why she would do what she do or why she does what she does or why she even thinks the way she thinks, largely because of upbringing, and it's all good. None of it is bad. If you care about the person, if you're committed to them and you love them, you won't see anything wrong with it because you then realize the value that they have beyond the faults that you see as faults because they really aren't. There may be the cleaning thing. I'm cool with cleaning. I'm good at cleaning. I actually like things a certain way anyway. So it's best that maybe she starts it, then I finish it, which normally takes place. But beyond her cleaning, she's an awesome cook. I'm not a cook. I don't desire to be a cook. She the cook. Spoiled situation. It's all good. She knows how to enjoy life. If it's up to me, we'll have a bunch of money in the bank.
And do nothing.
We'll be comfortable at the house. Watch all the college football that we want. Netflix and chill. Whatever, whatnot. We be at peace. We're going to have money in the bank. So, there's a value.
Get more money.
There's a value.
Spend it while we have it.
In understanding the person, and you learn the value that the other person has. So, put them two together, you got a better life with your spouse, friend, associate, or partner. I value and understand the person's benefits that they have and not deem them as faults, problems, things you need to change. Understand them.
Yes.
Value them. And you'll realize what they bring to the table is better than what you're looking to change.
And you know what I just thought about?
Nope, but you're going to tell me.
I am. Because, we didn't always have somebody to clean, that came to clean the house. Mm-hmm. But even when we did have to clean, you said you did everything. There was 4 of us. There was no point where any of us had to do everything. And maybe that's why, maybe I have, a cap. So, I'll start. But then, you said, you finish, I get a time frame where I'm just okay, I did my part. I did my part.
There's a cap?
There was 4 of us, so we only ever had to do so much.
To me, the minimum is just clean what you messed up. Or put back what you put up. That's the minimum.
Put back what you put up.
Put back what you put out. If you like that better. You want examples of that? Good. You came outside today and you took out the stool to sit and watch me do the digging, and you took out the Rain's 4-wheeler and for her to play around.
But then I took her to go swimming in the bathtub for you.
Somewhere or another, y'all exited outside and left your items right where they were, where you were, and had no thoughts on coming back. Matter of fact, you was trying to rush me back in.
Because she was getting anxious to go swimming in the bathtub. So I was like, let me help you out and go take her swimming in.
Like I said, the bare minimum
and then finish
is
cooking
you to
dinner.
put back what you put out. Just a little thing, you know what I'm saying? but ain't gonna find fault. Cause like she said, she cooked. Rain had fun in our tub that she calls the pool. Whatever. We're not gonna get in it. One day. But she gets in it and calls it a pool, so whatever. Like, but I was doing yard work. Like, that's what I do. Anyway, little things like that. But it's okay, because I value her and I understand her, which leads me to value her more than the things I think she should change.
So yes, don't just know, understand. And understanding will help you value. If you've been married for a little bit or a lot of time, doesn't really matter. You want to make sure that you take the time to understand what's going on with your spouse, why they respond certain ways, why they do different things, their thought process behind it. So if they do something and it aggravates you, first take the time to think about, is there something I know about them already that might be why this happens? Why they respond this way? Why they react this way? Something happens, I be wanting to talk. I be wanting to be like, okay, well, Rickey, let's talk about this. But a lot of times he don't want to talk. And I realize, because if something happened, who was he finna talk to?
But I'll talk to Jesus.
Yeah, so he only needs to talk to like a person. But, you know, feel like we beat the sibling horse. So, but either way, there's a lot of different things that go on with people, past relationship, past experiences that cause and develop them into the person that they are. And so understanding those different little things, especially when you're at not a breaking point, but when you hit points of frustration, taking the time to be like, I wonder, why did they respond that way? And sometimes they may not even fully understand, especially not if you ask them in the heat of that argument. But later down the line, they'll be able to
put it together.
Same team.
Teamwork. So, as you asked me on the end of the last video, Ms. Chrystle Jones, if you have anything that one sentence that you would like to leave the people with, what would it be?
Don't just know your spouse, understand them.
Yep. And understand that your spouse makes mistakes, like hit the camera. And we love you, beautiful people, for tuning in to... She did it again. In the beginning and at the end. Another episode of Don't Keep Up with the Joneses. A Vice edition? I don't know. It'll be something one day. But right now, it's the end. And we love you all. Peace.
So if you're newly married, or I don't know, whatever, how long you've been married.
You dating or you kissing? If you kissing, hit him with your advice.
What?
If you kissing, you dating. Or you married.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
Well, you're playing. And nonetheless, if you kissing somebody, gents, and you don't value that individual, ladies, or whatever, listen to this advice. Hit them with it.
What?
I don't know what you about to say, but maybe I'll edit it out if it don't fit.
It doesn't.
Boom.
So...